Hi everyone, I'm Brianna and welcome to Roll Initiative. Today I'm going to be talking about how you can improve your social encounters. So, let's get started. The first thing is making sure that your players can get something out of a social interaction, because if they never get anything useful from an NPC, then they're not really gonna want to talk to them. But if you make sure that every NPC that your players are likely to talk to can have some sort of information to give them, if they play their cards right, then your social interactions will already feel more beneficial, and you don't even have to come up with what every NPC has as info, because your players could just ask a random NPC that is on the street. So what I like to do is have a list of info just written down that you can decide off the list what an NPC has when they didn't have anything. That way you can save all of the info that you've actually planned for more important NPCs, but still give them something for talking to random people. I don't know if anyone else's tables are like this, but I always find that my NPCs can fall into pretty much two categories. The bad guys, who are literally the evil NPCs working for the big bad, and the big bad himself, and other NPCs who are always good and help the party, even if there's not particularly a reason for them to. They're just here to be helpful. But what if we try NPCs who are hostile but aren't looking for a fight? Maybe they just really don't like this group of weirdos. Maybe the party has caused this person a lot of trouble before, like destroying their shop, and now they are not in a mood to help them. Though I don't believe any NPC should be set in stone, which means that you should always have a way for the players to get the hostile NPC to become indifferent or even friendly. Maybe there's something they can do to make up for whatever they did to make this person mad at them. I feel like there should always be ways, other than just a charisma check, that can help your party to influence the NPCs and to make them friendly. But not every NPC has to start out being friendly. Giving your NPC motivations can really make them feel alive, whether it's something that they want, something that they fear, or something that they value that they're trying to protect. If you give them some sort of motivation to drive them, then coming up with their decisions, how they're going to react to certain things, will be so much easier, and they'll feel like an actual living person. Making your NPCs memorable can make them feel much more important and can help your players to remember them, because it can be really hard for them to remember all the names of all the NPCs, especially if you're going with fantasy names instead of names like Bob. But then again, if you have 5 NPCs called Bob, Tim, Harry, Larry, and Lars, then they're probably not going to remember which is which either, to be fair. But anyway, if you give them something memorable, some sort of quirk even, some sort of little habit they have, then your players might remember them for that. Or you can give them a title. That way they might not remember the guy's name, but they might remember his title. Like Stoic the Vast. You might not remember Stoic, but his title is harder to forget. Or you can even give them a memorable appearance. And I don't mean creating a character that looks really weird in every way. I mean one feature, whether it's a scar or some sort of item they have. One thing that stands out so that they remember not that every guy looks really crazy and weird, but they remember this guy for that one thing that stands out. But that's it. That's the end of this video. And I really hope it was helpful and that it might help you make better NPC interactions. And if you think it will, then I would be so grateful if you'd consider giving the video a like or maybe even subscribing to my channel. Every interaction on my channel helps out so much, and it's really easy to do. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.